They say you can never go back. I hope that's not true, because I'm about to do just that. Bear with me while I do a quick summary of the Guzzis I've had in the past, and all will eventually become clear. As you may have noticed in some of my other videos, I've developed an affection for Moto Guzzis ever since buying my now rather tatty 1972 Moto Guzzi Eldorado. It was my first Guzzi and has been my more or less reliable travelling companion for the last 100,000 miles, much of it on the unpaved roads of northern Canada. Over the years I've owned other Guzzis. This 2007 Guzzi Brever 1100 was my most modern bike. It was smooth, plenty fast, and extremely comfortable to ride. But at the time I found I was more interested in simple technology and was doing almost all my long-distance riding on the Eldorado. So I ended up selling it. But we'll come back to that later. This 1974 750S was bought as a wreck, revived, and stayed with me for more than a decade. I finally had to concede that its ergonomics didn't quite fit my leggy 6'2" frame, so I sold it. Great bike though. I hope it isn't lingering in a collection somewhere. Such bikes need to be ridden, otherwise they're just ornaments. I'd heard that Guzzi's single-cylinder 500s were sluggish but charming, so once one came my way, I couldn't ignore it. This 1974 Nuovo Falcone proved effortlessly reliable. It wasn't fast, but could plug along at 90 kilometers an hour all day, and with its Tonti designed frame, its handling far exceeded its power. We travelled many happy miles together, including multiple trips into the wilds of Quebec. I bought this 1974 California as a wreck, just for the 4 leading shoe front wheel. But I soon discovered that the engine and gearbox were solid, and the rest of it was salvageable too. A quick tidy up, and I passed it over to a friend. The 1976 Convert is an interesting bike. With no clutch, a 2-speed gearbox, which most people leave in high and never change, and a fluid torque converter, it stands out as one of motorcycling's weirdos. Nevertheless, it's a wonderful, smooth package. It's great fun to accelerate from a standstill to highway cruising speed with a single smooth flow of power, unbroken by any steps or pseudo gear changes. It's a magic carpet. Another one of Guzzi's strange creations is the 2000 Guzzi Quota. It was Guzzi's go at a big ADV bike before such things became part of the mainstream and everybody jumped on the bandwagon. This one came into my life unexpectedly. It was a great, lazy, high-geared touring bike with simple fuel injection and electronic ignition, but none of the rider's aids that modern bikes have slathered on them. It was simple and honest, and it's one of the bikes I regret selling the most. Which brings me to the present day and going backwards. I just bought this. It's another 2007 Moto Guzzi Brever 1100, just like the black one, only red. Yes, I know I had one before and sold it, so why buy the same bike again? Well, in the 7 years that have passed since, a lot of things have changed. I'm a little older, not the slightest bit wiser. I could use the excuse that after heart surgery, I really shouldn't be having to struggle with a bike that's occasionally a little temperamental. But that's rubbish. I'm still strong. Any roadside troubles are rare, and if anything, the Brever is slightly heavier than the Eldorado. The fact is, I just fancied a modern bike for a change. The Brever was available, and I had a little cash burning a hole in my travel account. No need to feel sorry for the old Eldorado. She'll still be my first choice for distant places and unpaved roads. But sometimes you have to take a step back to remind yourself of what you've been missing. I always end my videos with a plug for my books and audiobooks, so here's one now. They're available on Amazon and Audible. Just search for Nick Adams Motorcycle. Thanks for watching.